1 million Japanese individuals vanish every 2 years. By the end of the century, China's population will have half decreased, whereas Italy's median age is already 48. Globally, the birth rate is plummeting. Is humankind going extinct? What's happening? And how serious is it? The Industrial Revolution caused exponential expansion in human population, which propelled humanity to 8 billion in just 24 years from 6 billion in 1999. For hundreds of thousands of years, the human population grew very slowly due to war, famine, and disease. And for at least another 60 years, our population will keep growing. However, this expansion hides something, kind of like people stopped being parents. Every couple needs to have an average of 2 children in order to maintain demographic stability. It expands when the number is larger and contracts when it is lower. If it's significantly below, it contracts rapidly, as in South Korea, one of the leading exporters of popular culture. In 2022, it had the lowest fertility rate globally, with 0.8 children per woman. Thus, out of 100 South Koreans who are fertile now, 40 will have children, who will then have 16 children, who will subsequently have 6. In 100 years, there will be 94% fewer young people and a demographic collapse in South Korea if nothing changes. That is, if nothing changes. We haven't yet discovered whether fertility rates have a bottom. Despite the larger picture and absolute numbers suggesting otherwise, this population will not decline much. Rather, it will merely level off. There were 20 million South Koreans in 1950. By 2023, that number had increased to 52 million, and there will be 24 million once more by 2100. However, the population's makeup, rather than the fact that there would be fewer South Koreans, is the problem. The median age in 1950 was 18. It is 45 in 2023. It will be 59 in 2100, a nation of old people. Furthermore, South Korea is not by itself. At this point, China's population reversal may be the steepest in history and inevitable. The rapid rise in wealth, urbanization, and industrialization caused the Chinese to favor fewer families. Because of this and the one-child policy, which was implemented in an effort to curb population growth, China has maintained a low fertility rate for many years. 100 young Chinese people will become 20 during 4 generations, due to a fertility rate of 1.16 births per woman. China currently has some of the lowest fertility rates in East Asia, lower than that of Japan. In contrast, Europe's population decline is far more gradual despite low fertility since, in contrast to Asia, the majority of its states have experienced continuous immigration. The impact is complex because a large portion of immigrants originate from other regions with low fertility rates. The proportion of immigrant women who do have large numbers of children is not yet high enough to have a significant impact, and immigrant fertility rates typically level out within 2 to 3 generations. Because so many young people have left Eastern Europe for countries with stronger economies, like Germany, whose median age of 46 is among the highest in the world, the decrease has accelerated even more there. In 2015, Latin America's share of replacement dropped. The only factor preventing the U.S. population from rising significantly is immigration. Fertility rates have not yet dropped below replacement in the following areas. Fertility rates are still high in much of the Middle East, North Africa, and Sub-Saharan Africa. This raises similar worries about overpopulation as they did during Asia's rapid growth in the 1950s, although those worries were unjustified. However, the UN has lately substantially lowered its population projection for Africa. By 2100, forecasts for Nigeria were reduced from 733 million to 546 million. Converging patterns are observed throughout the continent. Fertility rates are declining in Africa far more quickly than predicted as the continent grows. The likelihood of East Asia's tragedy repeating itself is growing. By the end of the century, much of Africa might also be below replacement. Therefore, aging populations and falling fertility rates have become global trends. Why does any of this matter so much? Population and poverty. A thriving society requires a sufficient number of individuals in their prime. People in their 20s and 30s do the most work. People of working age generate the wealth of a society in every economic system. When you retire, you no longer make as much of an economic contribution. On the other hand, seniors bear the lion's share of the cost of health care. In the past, many younger people looked after a small number of elderly people as part of the way the world operated. Consider a society in which the majority of individuals are above 60. Even in the wealthiest nations, the financial load on the next generation will be unmanageable and enormous. In an optimistic scenario, this trend could lead to individuals working longer hours, escalating healthcare costs, and heightened poverty rates, especially in regions grappling with shrinking revenues. Technology, although valuable, cannot entirely compensate for these challenges. China exemplifies this dilemma, with 11 out of its 31 provinces grappling with deficits in their pension accounts, showcasing the struggle of aging populations to catch up financially. One crucial consequence of population reduction is the collapse of infrastructure. Infrastructure, being scalable, does not decrease in operational cost with dwindling usage. As a population diminishes due to factors such as urbanization or job loss, the resources needed to sustain infrastructure vanish. Abandoned towns in East Germany and declining cities in Japan stand as poignant reminders of this phenomenon. Contrary to the belief that a smaller population would lead to a better life and abundant resources for everyone, true prosperity lies in the ideas and labor of people. Additionally, aging societies may prioritize short-term concerns over innovation, hindering progress on crucial issues like climate change. While some argue that fewer people on Earth would alleviate environmental pressures, the decline in population is occurring too gradually to address urgent problems such as climate change. Immigration appears to be a solution, yet it brings forth cultural tensions and may not be sustainable in the long run due to declining birth rates worldwide. Moreover, the shift towards individualism in society has impacted family structures, contributing to the declining birth rates. Addressing this issue demands multifaceted strategies: more affordable housing, financial incentives for parents, accessible daycare services, and a cultural shift towards supporting families are crucial components. Despite these challenges, humanity must find innovative ways to overcome this issue. Large-scale data analysis and interpretation are paramount, providing essential insights into understanding the intricacies of the population decline. Furthermore, the societal implications of this demographic shift are profound. Traditional notions of family, community, and societal roles are being redefined. Young parents, often balancing professional and family responsibilities, face unprecedented challenges. Women, in particular, feel the pressure to excel in both realms without compromising, leading to career impediments. The gender pay gap in many industrialized nations further exacerbates this situation. Moreover, the pursuit of individual happiness and fulfillment has led some to opt for smaller families or remain childless, a choice that reflects the changing fabric of society. In the face of these challenges, it is imperative to foster a society that supports and values families. This includes policies that facilitate work-life balance, affordable childcare, and equal opportunities for men and women in the workplace. A cultural shift towards appreciating the contributions of parents and recognizing the diverse paths to fulfillment is vital. Communities must come together to create environments where families thrive, ensuring the well-being of both current and future generations. The path forward necessitates a collective effort. Governments, communities, and individuals must collaborate to find sustainable solutions. Encouraging a balance between personal aspirations and family life, providing comprehensive support systems, and embracing diversity in family structures are steps towards addressing the challenges posed by declining birth rates. Only through a holistic approach that values the complexities of human lives can societies navigate this profound demographic shift successfully.